And I got one final question that just sprung up.
Sure.
So, what is it? Do you recommend buying memberships to every load board out there?
No, I don't recommend that. And frankly,
Okay.
I think, I mean, each load board has thousands of loads any given day, and typically thousands of trucks are getting posted saying, you know, we're empty, looking for loads. So I don't know that you need, I mean, there's probably dozens of load boards, but any of the top 3 or 4, you know, Trucker's Edge, DAT, you know, whatever. There's 2, 3, 4 that, and some of them have overlap, you know, but any of the largest 3 or 4 is probably all you need. I mean, there's more information and more things on there you can possibly work with just one. So it's not how many load boards you have access to, is what are you doing with the information that you have on each of those load boards. And again, with Freight Brokers Academy, we teach you the system, who to contact, what to say, when to contact them, and how to use that information to develop and build a massive fleet of trucks that'll be at your disposal when you need them.
You know, when you're talking to shippers, how much better of a chance, in your opinion, would a freight broker agent have in securing some freight from a shipper if they had equipment, if they had a carrier that was working with the brokerage, like directly? You know
well, again, see, that's the key. Think about this. How much more powerful, how much stronger of a position would I have as a freight agent
if you also
I go to a shipper and say, hi, Mr. Shipper, you know, we spoke a few weeks back. I know you at least occasionally use outside trucks for hauling some of your loads. Just wanted to follow up and just let you know, I have a fleet. I have thousands of trucks at my disposal nationwide, but I have several hundred trucks based within a 100-mile radius of your main facility in Houston, Texas. And I've got trucks also based in a couple of the other areas that I know you ship to and from.
I see.
So just wanted to remind you, when or if you have the next situation where a truck you were counting on has fallen out, don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email.
You can count on me. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So again, and the key is building a massive fleet of trucks that's at your disposal, having the law of averages on your side.
Work on our side.
Then if you actually get the opportunity and they say, okay, I'm glad you called. As a matter of fact, I just had a trucking company call me and say, hey, their truck is broke down 50 miles from the pickup point and there's no way they're going to be able to pick it up. You know, I've got my facilities here in Houston. You got any trucks in Houston? If you can get me a truck to pick up this load, I'll give you a shot. That's your foot in the door. Well, if you don't have a bunch of trucks in or near the Houston area, that opportunity is wasted.
Right.
So the key is making as many contacts as you can that first few months you're in the business, or at any point, even if you're in the business. Again, for those of you that may be listening to this and you know, you got in the business a few months ago and it hasn't worked the way you thought, well, start over. You know, do the right things. Contact as many trucking companies and owner operators as you can each and every day and start building your massive fleet of trucks. And as you start to get some and you get a little concentration in a certain geographic area, then focus on those geographic areas that you've started to build a nucleus and make it bigger. And then you focus on contacting shippers in those areas where you already have concentrations of trucks. So if you find a shipper that does need help, you already have the fleet of trucks at your disposal. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
All right. Other last few questions, if any, before we call it a day and I wrap up this session. All right. Well, I thank you for joining me today. Again, success in the freight brokerage business is not complicated. It is really very simple. People have a tendency to complicate it because they don't focus on the basics. And the number one basic, the number one key to success is to make sure you're getting the law of averages on your side. And the only way you do that is to contact as many shippers and carriers, especially carriers, as you can each and every day until you build that massive fleet of trucks that's at your disposal when you need them. I wish you all much success. Have a great rest of the weekend. And Freight Brokerage Academy is the place to be if you need to learn how to be successful in the freight brokerage business. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thank
Thanks.
you.